Now, we're going to cover two more points. One is syndicate scaling. Next is we're going to talk about the VC fund structure and how do I perceive it as somebody who operates a large-scale syndicate. I think one of the biggest misconceptions in venture around syndicates is scale. The conventional thinking is that the average angel network or syndicate is maybe 100 to 200 investors scale. They write 100 to 200K checks. And that's okay. It's not terrible, but it's not incredible either. And so this is where they get stuck. And I think it's broadly true if you look in the real world and see what does a median syndicate look like. My argument is that there are also groups that are extreme outliers. Not just us, there are other groups as well. My view is that the limits of scale on syndicates are actually much, much higher than we realize. And for Angel School, where we are looks like this. Today, our investor network is 1,400 and our investor acquisition is completely inbound, which means we do very little, if any work at all on investor acquisition. We still do onboarding and the screening process, but we do very little in terms of growing the network. We let it do its own thing organically. We can write $500,000 up to $1 million checks in our sweet spot deal at seed to Series A. So we put ourselves in a position to write VC-like checks without needing the fund infrastructure. At full scale, operating with the right deal flow, the right quality, I would say that we can comfortably deploy $5 to $10 million a year of capital. Through Angel School models, our education programs, and the investment committee structure, I operate 3 investment teams across US, Europe, and Asia. I spend a total of $60 on my tech stack and tools to manage this community every single month. This is not counting SPV costs. Those are a pass-through when we do a deal, but pure community management tools, $60 a month. We've never taken funding for Angel School as an organization. We stand alone. And up to now, we have officially 1 full-time employee, which is myself. And we get a lot of leverage from our community and the network around us. In terms of scale, I think we are easily top decile. In terms of efficiency, I don't think anyone comes close to us. I think we're better than any group or syndicate out there. And I don't say this out of ego, right? I'm just pointing out as a data point that this can be very, very scalable in terms of size. I think just some examples out there, a couple of large scale syndicates, people that I know personally in Europe. There's Raspberry Ventures. It's founded by Alex Farset. He was the founder of Startup Bootcamp and Rainmaking, these groups. And he's contributed so much to the venture ecosystem. And I'm like really excited for his success. Then we have Riverside Ventures in the US. It's led by Alex Pattis and Zachary Ginsberg. They say that they've done 200 investments in the last 4 years. The deal volume, frankly, gets to a level that it's at odds at my philosophy, but it's their group. It's up to them for how they want to balance deal flow and diversification. And they say that they manage about $75 million of AUM at this point, the last time I updated this slide. So my point here is, we're not the only outlier. There are other large groups. And I think if you do it well, set yourself up for success, it can be in a very lucrative vehicle. To wrap this all up, the high level syndicate building playbook, this repeatable framework that we built looks like this. It's a 4-step process. Number 1 is seed your investor network. Start with warm connections. Align your thesis with your investors. Spend the time to do one-to-one onboarding to build a warm network. When you're ready to launch your first deal, have clarity on your minimum check size. I think some syndicates starting out, they're a little bit wishy-washy. You really need to pick a number and go with it. With a 10K minimum check, I would say that your target number to do a $100,000 raise, which should be your starting ambition, is 50 investors minimum, ideally 70 to give yourself a buffer of safety. After this, once your deal is done, you want to test the metrics. I gave you some benchmarks. across the different funnel stages. So do the numbers line up with the benchmarks I laid out? If they do, you're probably on the right track. If you're not, figure out which step in the funnel you are failing at and go back and solve that problem. And you need to do this and to reevaluate this before you move on. But if you are on the right track numbers wise, then it's a matter of scaling. Just rinse and repeat. Deals number 2, 3, 4. Beyond this point, we don't care as much. All we're doing is monitoring our funnel metrics as we scale the investor networks. Is there an appropriate amount of decay at scale?